could sum up the Clones Soapbox Race in one word, what would it be?
Deadly. Chaotic.
Sum up the Soapbox Race.
Wet.
Well, it's to an experience.
Work started, I think it was July. I think we started about it. Give us a good couple of months like to get started. We had a body from a soapbox that I entered last year, and
You over?
basically just stripped it, and then we just put together in that time. Like we had a rough plan, and then we got the bits and pieces. And we went on. We didn't really have a detailed plan we were doing. We just kind of went on along with it. Went with the flow. Barcelona, let's take a trip. Easy now, Tiger. Steady. Where them off? I'm getting better now, taller than that. I don't know, I haven't reached yet. I think that's B flat. That is better. Right. I don't know. That's better, isn't it? Good, they're better, yeah. Right, I'm putting the front two of them together. Yeah, there you are. They're not too bad. They can't be too good either, can they? Well. That's it, I'm not going to break yet, right? I want to break! Back in the pits. Yeah. Are you happy, Adam, like with this opening? Yeah. Okay. I'm happy I'm not delighted. This will really finish it off, this bit. Right. Them brakes are freaking far better.
You're finally happy with the brakes!
I'm actually happy with them. I am 6 on wheels. Look at the change, the transformation from that piece of shit there.
You've no imagination. You have to see the finished product.
Well, this year we decided to build a new ramp because of more of a safety issue, that people were coming off the seesaw ramp from a height and landing flat to the floor, where we needed some sort of a tailed ramp. So we decided to design something on a trailer that would be easier to bring in and be put together, would speed up time, it would save men. So the idea came on putting it on a caravan chassis, and it was built on the caravan chassis so it could be imported or brought in and out. So myself and Tommy was the main designer, Tommy Quigley that is, who designed most of the structure of it.
We spent about a week. Well, I at least spent a week building up the ramp, and then with another couple of guys spent another week almost building up the ramp.
And then between myself and himself and Mark McGuigan, we put it together and just came up with it with a flat part on the top. There's about 12 foot of flat space on the top, an up ramp and a down ramp, and that allows it just that you have something to land on coming down, which breaks your lift off the top of the ramp, you know, just to make things simple in general, you know.
Safety, we put a call on that we'd have a designated immovable hump rather than a kind of a seesaw effect, which tended to, you know, make it a little bit more dangerous. So it was more health and safety than anything else. It's all for enjoyment. Still had the crack, still people were able to fly over the ramp, but it wasn't just as severe.
So we had to redo the brakes because last year they were a bit useless because well, they got wet and they didn't really work. It's a bit dangerous because you couldn't stop. So last year it was a metal rod, lever it against the tyre when you press the brake pedal. So this year what we did was we let the brakes back, welded on a metal plate which is like the same curve of the wheel, and then we pop riveted down a piece of bike tire which is rubber, so in theory the rubber should catch the rubber, so it then lock better. We also put in a new seat because new regulations say that we have to have a padded seat. So we took out the old seat and we fitted in a seat from a Toyota MR2, pretty fancy. And so it's fully adjustable, and you can slide it back for easy access, and slide it forward then to get a good push of the pedals. Might upset the aerodynamics, but it'll be alright.
Let it go!
happens as a result of the safety aspect, and what we do is we check all the carts for about 15 or 20 different pinch points.
The diamond was great. Like, all the years the Scrutineering was on the car park, and you could drive through Clones and you wouldn't know there was anything going on.
The car park was too dark and dank, and it didn't give out a festival atmosphere. On the diamond, the music and everything, it really seemed like the start of the festival.
Yeah, scrutiny. We did scrutiny on Friday night on the diamond, and the idea being just to check that they're fairly safe, that there's no sharp edges, that they have a good seat that'll take a bit of bounce on it, or if they crash and that, make sure they've helmets, make sure they've good brakes, make sure everything's running, you know, the way you want it. And then it gives them from Friday night to Sunday to correct any problems that there is in the car, so it'll be ready then for racing on the Sunday, you know.
Past the scrutiny, no problem yet. We were very impressed with my sliding seat. And just about within the weight, it's very heavy, but that helped me down the hill.
Scrutineering was going on over in the corner. There was definitely a good vibe on the diamond this year, and that's something that we build on next year, and we'll make Friday bigger and better, I think, next year for the Scrutineering.
I'd say the cart's built 4 years, it's never been changed in any way, so it's always passed exactly as it was the first year.
Now it passed alright, but obvious issues. It was the only one issue was it was kind of hard to see out of, and another one was trying to get things stopped and brakes on it that were terrible. But they passed any.
We usually had it down in the car park, and we found that was quite removed from the whole event, so we've moved all up to the diamond on a Friday evening and encourage everybody to come back then, have a big band playing on it, barbecues, stalls, and make the Friday evening a pretty cool and romantic event, you know.
Matty, you've got me power here. That's actually not bad. That was good, you know. That actually very fun. I felt like I was in control. That gives a thumbs up, you know. That actually surprised me. How good it was. Power!
New volunteers and the new group, very dynamic, well organised, everybody knew their place and everybody did their job to perfection. Volunteer, the level of volunteerism in the town is absolutely fantastic. You're down to people like Sammy Wilkins coming in, setting up the race track in the guts of an hour and a half, or all the volunteers have been messing around it for nearly 3 days, such as his setup. Even down to the fire brigade, the lads landing up with a 40-ton fire brigade and manoeuvring it down chicanes and filling barrels and the whole lot, and they head off and they never even look for a thanks, you know. But without those people, you just wouldn't be successful, and it was with them that it makes it absolutely streamlined. We rely heavily on local enterprise, especially, for instance, James Sheeran puts up the breakfast in the morning. In fact, that's where we have our briefings and our debriefings. The only time we actually get everybody together, you have to promote them with a wee bit of food and entice them down into one place. So we actually use that to be able to do the debriefings, and James sticks up a big fry for us all, so it's pretty good, sets us up for the day, you know.
Peter, are you doing a test run?
Right.
Are you doing one of the test runs?
I am, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Alright.
Are you the stick? Yeah.
Don't tell anyone.
There's a lot of good soapbox there, like proper racing ones, like they actually go to these every few weekends. It's pretty basic enough, it's just three-wheeler, and we've just got a braking system here. It's actually a bicycle brake system, so hopefully, touch wood, it works. Simple enough, just have a cushion seat in here just for protect me back and all. And it's simple enough really, and I left access to get out the back here.
It's going to be a getting in here.
It's hard to know how this will do. It's kind of it's a lottery. You know? I'm looking forward to it now, but a bit nervous now about this weather now. It's, the surface is very greasy now. Once it gets settled in after the first run, it should be okay, hopefully. I've had a wee walk down just now and I've had a look at a few changes. It looks a tiny bit tighter than last year, so hopefully now it'll be grand now. It's going to be tough now. Because considering we're up in 2 weeks last year, so I'm hoping now I just have to keep my weight down more and turn over the corner. But who knows what can happen. I've no real excuse, to be honest, so I kind of just brake too late. And it was a kind of combination of bad brakes and bad judgment.
Peter Laddie's crashed in the corner, no doubt about it. I was like, I think he was the second or third car, and I thought, oh Jesus, that's it, man dead. Definitely thought it was going to be a hospital case. Lucky enough, he climbed out of it alive, but definitely that was the highlight of the weekend for me.
3 wheels is a neddy no-no. 3 wheels is for tricycles.
We streamed it live this year on the internet, and it went well.
We managed to stream most of the live feed to America and different places. I think we had at one stage 140 people watching the whole programme live. My brother in Australia was watching it. It was pretty cool.
This year we had people in different parts of the world online at the time watching it live, and it was just a good event. Even some of the guys racing in it, their daughters and family were in other countries watching them racing in it live in Clones.
Finish line the races down on the ground, that's when you finish pushing. One clear, ready to go, releasing now.
Okay, here we go. The second car out of the switch here there now. Good speed up coming into Ulster Bank.
The participants, I suppose, a lot of them take it for the crack. Some of them take it very seriously. We have, a lot of money put into some of the cars at this stage. In fact, it's the first year, I have to say, on Scrutiny on Friday, we were just saying there really wasn't a bad cart in it, where in the earlier days of it, like there was lumps of 8x4s come down with wheels on them and all sorts of stuff, when things, but now that it's tightened up, there's nearly a set of 25-30 cars in the area that participate in it every year, because when you have the car you might as well enter it,
I think Pat McKenna was the only man with wheelchair wheels. Where the first year everybody had wheelchair wheels, and Pat was actually probably in the running to win it, but his wheelchair wheels buckled, so I'd say that at the end of the wheelchair wheels, everyone's just getting more serious, trying to get the right wheels to get around them corners with them.
One clear, let them go.
Here comes the Super Value car. Give a bit of a cheer there. Car number 3, Super Value, driven by Peter Laddie, alias the Stick. Is leaking by the way before it does tomorrow.
Well, you're definitely going with the Stick and the 3-wheeler anyway.
I'm fucking taking this easy.
You're taking this a bit too seriously?
No, I'm taking this easy going around that before the corner. Took it far too easy going down the next run because of the crash. I didn't want to destroy it and go all together.
Okay, car number 9, Peter Laddie,
3 times as a driver, once as a cart builder. That was the first year. Then the following 3 years I also drove as well.
Tommy! And over the ramp! I like it. Well done. Here he goes, Adam Macklin in the Panic Hire car.
Well, Adam, you definitely seem to have learned your lessons from your practice run. In the practice run, you came down there bouncing off every barrier.
Yeah, well, I've learned my lesson now. They widened the track, a few boys crashed into it, so that got me a bit better.
Good stuff. And come here, there seems to be a lot of speed in that there machine.
Yeah, well, I was just built for it.
Good stuff. Keep her lit.
Right, thanks.
Good man, Adam Macklin. Super piece of driving. Well done, Adam Macklin.
The rain, I'll tell you, the rain just it tore the arse out of my stomach now. No, that's not the right thing to say.
If it's a bad day, it can cull the amount of people who will actually turn up. A lot of people will walk out through the door just before the event, and if it's raining, they have a lot of kids with them and they'll just turn and go back in. So weather has a massive part to play in it. We've been very lucky every September. Usually that's when they're going back to school, and usually it's very, very sunny then. So
we also probably learned that some of the corners were quite good with water on them, so that could be a lesson for next year, that we maybe need water on the corners. because it made people slide around and do things and have a bit of fun, and it's good to watch.
We're in Ireland, you have to take what you get.
Everybody's conscious of the whole safety element.
To make sure all the stations, all the barriers were secure and not to let anybody out. It was very difficult actually, because people tend to just jump the barriers.
I've sole responsibility for the health and safety aspect of it, and so is everybody else. But yeah, because it could absolutely destroy the whole event. You know.
There's enough measures there to make sure there's not a serious accident. This new ramp, especially the other ramp, was bordering on suicide at times. It really was deadly. Because I was at the bottom last year, and like there were wheels coming off, and you just see boys coming down there just taking their life down there.
Oh, flat out the whole way, hey.
37 seconds, a respectable time. 33 was the fastest, mine was 37.
Here he goes, panic higher.
Second run was decent. I clipped the barrier a bit at one stage, which probably slowed me up, but I enjoyed it again at decent enough time.
He's over. Well done, Adam Action. Great stuff.
Adam, never mind the run. You nearly killed your brother there. What's going on?
It's all about winning, isn't it?
You got to get them brakes
Yeah,
checked.
I know.
How did you come down there?
Grand. It's a bit damp, but sure, not stop me.
Good man. How did you make that?
Rough, tough, and not terrific.
I have to tell everybody watching around the world, Fintan is in the car here. He can't get the helmet on, but he's still having a smoke.
There is the tennis balloons or balloons or whatever they call it going to happen at the car park. If you want to.
One of the things that was introduced by the race director Rory and anybody else who was dealing with it was to introduce some chicane work that helped us slow down in front of the ramp, but also added a wee bit of technical skill.
So then we had to go back to the drawing board on the day, even though we were going live on air, and we had to go up and put a chicane in at the top of the car park in order to try and slow them down a bit, which also helped prove, because it was a bit more driver skill involved as well, which was good for the ones that can handle and can't handle, and made for a bit more excitement up on the top of the car park as well, you know.
It was brilliant to see that it was the cup was retained in Clones again. Tommy Quigley, the guy that designed the ramp, you probably reckon there's an unfair advantage there, but actually he won it fair and square, so fair play to Tommy Quigley.
Absolutely delighted. You can't get a better result than winning it, so I'm happy.
I was just delighted to see him coming first and winning it on a Clones car, and he's always there, he always runs it and always takes part and joins in, so it's nice to see the winner back in Clones again, you know, so happy days.
From everyone here at the finish line at the Clones Soapbox Race for 2012, and all you people watching around the world, I hope it's nice and sunny. We've got rain on here, but sure, it's the Canal Festival. It's all about water. It's Clones, Slán, and I hope you are all safe.
So once all the barriers are away, there's a lot of work goes into it afterwards as well. There's a good 2 hour clean up there, good 2 hours hard work, and it's great just to see the town cleaned up as well at that stage.
Come Monday morning, I think all the guys in the committee would agree it's not just a lull, you just be wrecked, and I don't think there's too many appeared into work on Monday morning after, because it's a long weekend of long Friday night, a whole day Saturday with the fun day that goes on in the festival, and then the Sunday race day is sort of 7 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock that night, so it's a long day's setting up and doing.
We've something big planned for next year.
There's something fairly big happening in the pipeline. We're looking for big sponsors outside on a national scale, and there could be certainly an Ulster theme to the whole soapbox race. Clone has been the best presented town for this type of activity, so we might look at a whole provincial type thing, you know.
One thing that Clones has got, it's got the Canal Festival, it's got the Film Festival, it's got St Patrick's Day Festival. There's no town in Ireland this size that have 3 festivals.
And here comes the sun.
Here comes the sun.